Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome back to another video. If you like luxurious cars, if you like cars that represent an era of a brand that's been famous for so many years, and if you like the executive model of that brand, well, you're looking at the right video. And what I got for you right now, it's a 143 scale 1998 Mercedes Benz S 500. Wow, it's already over 28 years that this car came out. Not 28, 26 years. It's impressive. It does not look like a 26-year-old car. It was a very modern car when it came out, very attractive. And as we know, always with the S Class, Mercedes Benz throws their house down. They want to make sure that if you're going to pay premium money, that you get what you're paying for. And this is one of those cars that when you buy them, they are premium. But the only sad part about when you own them after a while, it turns out from being a premium car to being a nuisance, a headache, a car that you want to just get rid of. Unfortunately, they're not the most reliable, as we probably know already with these European, especially German brands from the classic German cars, especially 90s and thousands. They are beautiful at the beginning, but after a certain amount of years, they start giving you problems. It happens with Mercedes, it happens with BMWs, they happen with Audis, and they're premium cars. You know they're luxury brands, so unfortunately, they're harder to fix and they're more expensive to own. Between the parts and labor, everybody charge even more. Now, this right here, going back to this model, is the fourth generation of the S Class. It came out in 1998 all the way down to 2005. So this model right here lasted for 7 years. Quite nice, quite an achievement for a model because it was an attractive and it looked, when it came out in 1998, it looked ahead of times. Remember the model that was before this, it was a lot more squarish, now surrounded. It did a big jump when it came out with this model. Now let's talk about transmissions and engines. Let's go with the engines first. There's a lot of different options here for engines. You have 2.8. These are six cylinders: 2.8, 3.2, 3.7. Those were the six cylinder engines. Then you got the 4.0, 4.3, 5.0, which is this specific one right here, 5.4, 5.8. I'm sorry, 5.4 up to there. Those were the V8 8-cylinder vehicles. And remember, Mercedes, they came out with those 12-cylinder engines, those huge ones, not just BMW. Mercedes had some too. And those were the 5.8, 5.5, 6.3, and a 6.0. Every big, big cars with big engines. Let's talk about transmissions. You don't find these cars as manual or stick shift, however you want to call it, which is quite surprised. I know it's a luxury car, but at the end of the day, it's also European brand. And European brands, they always have a manual forward slash stick shift car in their pocket. They might have with the smaller models. The S Class is the biggest one. But again, going back to transmissions, a 5-speed automatic, and then you have a 7-speed automatic 7G Tronic. Not bad, not bad. Quite interesting. I like that. I like the car. It looks exactly how they look in real life. Really attractive, very regal. Silver is the color to be when you get these luxury cars. I know silver and probably black, even though sometimes black can look a bit dull. Silver is quite the car for luxury models. All right, guys, I'm gonna let it go around a few times, and I'll be right back. All right, guys. So, what do you remember from these Mercedes Benz? Hopefully, you still remember them. They're not that old unless you're very young and you have not seen them no more. I know that a lot of them are no longer around. A lot of them got junked. Most of the countries that these cars were sold, parts are very expensive, and sometimes a car is not worth fixing no more if they get too expensive. If you see the price is going up in parts, but the car value goes down. At the end of the day, you start doing your math and you say, is it worth it or is it not worth it? And sometimes the not worth it is heavier than the worth it. Yeah, especially I could understand. I usually don't. I don't like to see cars go away, like disappear from being a model that was so popular. But this one's hard to keep. It's hard unless you got money like that to spend on these parts and not drive too much. I guess you want to have this car more like a weekend getaway type of car that you want to drive a few hours a day in a weekend and then put it back in your garage and keep it until the next weekend. But it's not a car recommended for an everyday use. They break down real quick. All right, guys, don't forget to give me that beautiful thumbs up. Thank you so much for following, commenting below, letting me know things that remember you about the car, were they sold in your country, and do you still see them around? Yeah, don't be shy. You know, I don't bite. I'm vaccinated. All right, guys. Don't forget to click and subscribe and click the bell next to the subscribe button that will remind you when I'm posting more videos. Take care of yourselves more than ever, and goodbye.